Good morning everyone. Welcome to the rainforest. Welcome to another Wetshave and some education. So I'm gonna go around and introduce the gear. But before I get there, thank you for all of the subscribers, all of those that find this content useful, that find value in the tips I provide. Really appreciate it. That's why I started this channel, is to educate and see if I can help make a difference instead of just doing reviews. So I'm grateful for that. So a couple of shout outs to a few people. I can't shout out everybody, so I'll start doing that on a more regular basis. This was a loom. It's a fantastic antiperspirant, so I use it on a wet body. So Samurai Shaving, Paolo. Go and watch him out. Most of his stuff is in Italian, but still he's got exceptional video quality and content, so go check him out. We have covered Martin's test shaves before, but also go and check out Martin Wood and his mate Gary Haywood in the UK. They are all straight razor people. And then Leon Longall Tanker in the US. And each of these people I mentioned has got very different content delivered in a very different style. So we're going to talk about this razor shortly. It's Gevoso. And then my great friend Darishan Padayachee. I hope to see some videos from you soon, Toots. I know you've gone through some challenges, so hopefully life will start returning slowly to a better place. Simpsons Chubby 2 in best, butterscotch. This is the other instrument we're going to be using. MasterSoapCreations Eros. I haven't used this soap in some time, so you'll see the puck is a bit dehydrated. You'll see it actually pulls away from the sides. That's a quick indication you haven't used the soap in a very long time. So let's maybe step through the scent notes on this. I don't think I've done Eros before. So first of all, it's got a very minty, lemony scent with it, with a bit of sweetness. So as usual, when I get soaps in, I sit down, nose them, have different soaps around me to break one scent profile, to help me zone in on elements in a soap. So I get something that is in stark contrast to the soap I'm nosing. And then I put down my notes, I write them down, then go and look at what everybody else says, including the scent notes for the fragrance, and then see where we're at. So I think it's from Versace, Eros, can't remember. Any case, lovely soap. Artwork was done by a local artisan, Stef Potgieter. I love it when South Africans work together. We've got exceptional artisans across all spectrums. In any case, so I said I could definitely smell lemon, minty and vanilla. I can pick that up quite quickly. My description describing this was, it's a subtle, sweet and lemony feel with a clean, minty finish. And then after reading the descriptions, things I can pick up in this is apple and cedarwood. That's some of the other notes that's in here which I can note. And some of the stuff, or the only thing I can't find is really oak moss. In any case, that's Eros. So brush, it's still got some water in. I'm just quickly gonna hydrate it and then just take some of this loveliness and put it on my face as a pre-shave. Alright, so that's the gear. Once again, thank you for all the subscribers. You guys that's asking your questions or commenting. commenting, commenting, and sharing your stories. You know, I've got great feedback with regards to the people's pre-shave and some other techniques. So keep sharing those experiences. You're also encouraging other people to go and try things. I had a comment around, you know, a really hydrated lather does make a difference, improve the shaves, low blade angle, but hopefully we're going to cover some of these things in the shave. So Gevoso, there isn't really a lot of information, at least what I can find out about the razors. It's a razor brand. This razor is coming up for its 100th birthday. So Gevoso was founded by a Gerbruder Woosholz, V-O-O-S-H-O-L-Z, the German. And they essentially only did exports. So their brand is the dog with the duck as prey logo. I'll show that guys to you shortly. And that's a 204. I've had that razor for quite a long time. It's one of the earlier razors I collected. I initially thought it was a 6/8, got the razor to find it's a 7/8. Fantastic. It's a 207. Typical German Solingen steel and heat treat from that era. I'd say the steel on that's Rockwell 62 thereabouts. Wound up quite easily, which brings me to the next topic, is coticles. I get a lot of questions around coticles. It also seems to be a topic that's currently going around, maybe in the shave forums, I don't know, but there's a lot of interest around coticles. And partly why I selected this razor, because the edge on that is a coticle razor. We'll get into that now, but also it's a continuation of my series on the bellied razors I have. This brush and this soap is an absolute match made in heaven, as is most of Fernando's, not most, all of his soaps creations. Absolutely wonderful. And this Chubby, they just make lather different than other brushes. Can't figure it out. I think they've got the density, not density, down to a fine art on these razors. If you make them too dense, they don't have flow through. Too little, hasn't got that scrub. And the more hairs you have, the more work it can do to create this rich, creamy lather. That's plenty. Right, so let's put that out the way. I was still busy introducing products. So the soap's got a lime minty base, so I'm gonna use Azure Lime from Praraso as a cologne, and then I think maybe something like a Praraso splash to go with that, and hydration gel just to get my skin a bit of a boost. Coticule, La Grosse Journée from the old mine. So they've got this grey look to it, and then if you wet it, it gets that ochre yellow clay-like color to it. And on the back of this is, I think, shale. It doesn't seem to be Belgian coticule. I don't use this a lot. But this is a fantastic stone and an exceptional finisher. And that's the edge on this razor. So as I said, it's a 204. And if I get it right, you might see there's a dog. There's trees in the background, and then there's a dog in the foreground with a duck in its mouth. I hope you guys can see that. That is essentially what Gevoso's export logo looks like, and trademark on the blade. Typical 1920s, 30s type of grind to this. Originally it had gold etching also going onto the tang, but there was some significant damage I need to repair. So the tang lost its gold etch, but the rest is remaining on the razor. 7th 8th, as I said, and it's got that bit of a belly in there, which I really enjoy in my razor. So let's get shaving. One of the other things people keep commenting on is, Jock, I like that you keep touching on the basics every now and again. Because that's important. We forget these things. So well hydrated lather preparation is the first bit. The second bit is having a good quality edge. If it's a safety razor, it really doesn't matter. Sharp, smooth edge. You need to have good control over it, so it skills. And then post shave, how you finish off your shave, how you protect your skin, how you bring it back to its a good state. So I'm going to do a slight different pass than I normally do. So this is how I grip the razor. It sits like this in my hand, right? And then we essentially come across the grain. This for me is the most efficient direction to tackle any beard type or age. This includes shaving with DEs. Beard is about 2 days. And in one pass, a beautiful result. So let's continue in this fashion. Very important aspect, technique-wise again, irrespective if you use a straight razor or a safety razor, and that is a shallow blade angle. What is a shallow blade angle? Well, if you read traditional literature and the general feedback you get from people, on the neck we're going to go south to north against the grain. General recommendation is to shave at a blade skin angle of around 30 degrees. Guys, that's way too steep, at least for me. Very old school. The way I teach and shave, definitely not that. So flat blade skin angle. There, I'm talking 10 degrees, 15 degrees. You don't want 30. There's a couple of reasons for that. The steeper you make the blade skin angle, the more lateral force on the blade edge, the easier it chips and cracks. Moreover, you want to cut the hairs flush to the skin, as smooth as possible, and this is just the most efficient way of cutting hairs. Once again, if you don't believe, test, come back, tell me, Jacques, you're wrong, I've tried it, doesn't work. Shaving is about evolving your shaves, learning from them and getting better. So if you're not going to be prepared to make changes in your shave, then it's unlikely that you're going to make quick improvements with your shave results. You know that thing about doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different outcome? Holds very true. My skin is so sleek I can't even grip here. This is a wonderful soap. More on the sweeter side, notes. So a really lovely spring, summer scent, at least for me. Having said that, I don't think there's really a rule with regards to scents and seasons. It is whatever accommodates with your skin and what you feel like. So guys, this coticule edge, very good, very sharp, very comfortable, and that was careless. And that's what you want. Maybe I got away with it. Another question I get is, Jock, when is the best time to shave? And that's early in the morning. It is actually early in the morning. I'm doing my shave, getting my day out the way. It's important that you, if you straight razor shave, at least, you know, be awake or had a cup of coffee. My blood sugar levels is a bit down, so I'm a little bit shaky. But there we go. Guys, 2.5 days beard, let's call it 2 days, single pass, coticule edge, I'm quite sure you guys would be satisfied with that. So, Coticles produces fantastic results. What makes Coticles challenging is other stones you can use the same type of method like on J-Nats, soiree, and achieve a result. Coticles, similar approach, but you can't apply the same recipe to everything. The stones have got subtle changes, and that's where people struggle with. So for me, let me just get some fresh water. For me, when I get a coticle in to test for a customer or one of my own, it really doesn't matter. First thing I do is lap the stone, get it prepped. During lapping, I can very quickly determine if that is on the hardest side, if it releases garnets quite quick or not. So that's an indication of hardness. The amount of slurry that comes off is another indication. And then you start honing with that razor. You start with no slurry, see if the stone auto slurries. If it does, to what degree can you finish with that? How fast does it cut? If you make a heavy slurry, heavy thick paste, how quick does it cut? What does the scratch pattern look like? And that's more at the edge level, because coticles and J-Nats and natural stones create that hazy edge. Not always clear on patterns. Unless you've got a very strong microscope. Then I would use the coticle with increasing levels of less slurry. See how it finishes the razor. Make my notes and classify the stone and move on. And it's not a too difficult process. You must just stick with it. Some of them like slurry, some of them don't like slurry, some of them only cut quick and don't finish well. Others do all of them, but generally other than maybe on the slower side, I have not yet found a coticle that's not going to produce a reasonable shaving edge. That is smooth. And so I've only really worked with one coticle. I was not able to get a satisfying shave edge off. And that's the only stone ever. As I say, varying degrees of speed. But they're all very, very good. I have not talked or worked with anybody in Belgium in many, many years, so I don't know if Maurice is still around or Rob. but reach out to them, they'll help you hook up great stones, and then it's just up to you to learn its character. So gentlemen, a very satisfying 2-pass shave. This edge is so smooth. Hunting for stubborn stuff even on dry skin is possible. So there we go, very satisfying shave, really like that. I haven't shaved with this razor, I think, in at least 10 months. So guys, it's very cool having many razors and many brushes, but if they're just sitting on a shelf and not getting airtime, I think you're wasting your money, unless you are a collector. So I've got just over 30 razors. That is a too large collection. To put that in perspective, if I shave daily with 30 razors, I've got a bit more, but with 30 razors, you're going to shave with a razor once a year. 12 times a year. 12 times a year if you diligently follow a rotation process like that. Once in a month you're going to shave that razor. So also the next razor is not going to shave better. Yes, there are little subtle variances and what, but at the end of the day, guys, it's about technique. Your skill, your technique and your understanding, and then how you execute it. Razor, DE, straight, whatever, it's just another tool. Yes, they're subtly different and so forth, but it's another tool. If you can't get a good shave with average quality razor, then you need to go back to your basics. And stick and work on that basics until you get a good shave, and then tackle the rest of your stuff. Jumping to the next brush, jumping to the next razor, jumping to the next soap, thinking it's going to improve your soap. You're setting yourself up for failure. So that's my advice. This Chubby shed a single hair, the first one in, I don't know, 2 years. There we go, these are magnificent instruments. Vinny, thanks buddy. Right, so we're going to take the soap, the wash off my face. And then we are going to do the post shave. Lukewarm water running over the blade face, doing stropping motions with my finger over the blade edge to make sure everything off the edge is taken care of and off. And then trusty high absorbent wool towel. We just do a couple of stropping motions. This razor is now dry, the blade. I'll clean the handle. I normally use a hair dryer just to get rid of any other moisture, but I'll do that after the shave, just putting this in a safe area. Safe and ventilated area. Soap. I cleaned the tub. It's now nice and hydrated again. We can put this away until we use it again. Right, what I am going to do is, first of all, is grooming department's hydration gel. I'm going to add a couple of squirts of this on a wet hand, make a gel. And just hydrate my skin properly. I'm gonna let that sit and absorb in, and then I don't think I'm gonna use the splash, guys. I think I'm just gonna use a cologne. How I use my cologne is quite easy. On the warm part, so on my chest, I typically do a squirt each. And then I do one on the back, on my back. So when you put on a shirt, it's also a warm area, but moreover, you've got a subtle scent trail behind you. So you and your little bubble with your scent profile. Once again, the stone, when it becomes dry, it gets that greyish look to it. Until you wet it, it gets that very distinctive ochre yellow type coloring. So for those of you that stayed on, if you're South African, this is a giveaway. Soap brush, pre-shave oil, post-shave oil, there's a cloth in there, and maybe we'll throw something else in this stainless steel container. First round giveaway to South Africans only. Tell me what is the scent profile of the soap. Put it in the link down below if you're South African, and we'll go through a process assigning a winner, and then we'll do one for the international guys at a later point. Cheers, guys.